Arkansas in America, you know the state Arkansas. And in Arkansas, there's a place called Blytheville. And in Blytheville, there's a very small place, Hot Springs. Hot Springs, Blytheville, I went there. I saw a picture. And my dear friends, that picture I brought to my office. I put it there. And after seeing that picture, I wrote a story on that. And I think if somebody has a passion of that kind, he can do anything in the life. The picture was a 12 years old scout, school scout, is shaking hand with John F. Kennedy. It's a very old picture, 1961-62. That picture I brought to my office and I saw. That picture always taught me a lesson of passion, a lesson of commitment, a lesson of trust for yourself. What Swati was talking about, the passion within and trust outside. I'm talking about the passion and trust both together. That picture always taught me that if somebody has that kind of passion, he can do something. A 12 years old scout shaking hand with John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy, one of the most popular presidents of United States of America, and shaking hand with the president, nobody has that chance. Like very few people has that chance. So I just thought in that picture, if there would have been some conversation between these two, this scout and the John F. Kennedy, what would have happened? William Jennifer was the name of that particular boy. He was shaking hand with JFK, 1961-62. I thought the conversation might have been like this, that John F. Kennedy shakes hand with this boy and asks, my dear young man, how do you feel? And this man says, my dear sir, I feel as if current president of America is shaking hand with the future president of America. And that William Jennifer Clinton, that boy became president of that country twice. That passion that boy had. The trust he had for himself. If we have that passion, anything can be achieved. You might not. You all are experienced people. Most of us, most of you are elder to us. So you know that what is right in the life and what you can do. But the only thing is, do we do that? Why do we lose our passion like this? She says when we drive, our focus is on our smartphone. When we are in bathroom, our focus is on the newspaper. Right? We do a lot of things together, right? We don't do one thing at a time. When we eat, we are talking to someone. When we are in the meeting, here also, we are thinking right now what we have to do after 5:36, where we have to spend our evenings, what to do after the seminar, everything. We are not passionate about the work. We are not. Let's accept it. Had we been, I'm not talking about personally, we are not, generally. We are not passionate about the things what we do. Had we done this, the picture and scenario would be absolutely different. Passion has to be there. Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, Vivekanand, Dayanand Saraswati, Sachin Tendulkar, Amitabh Bachchan, Neil Armstrong, you name it. They had passion. Whatever they did, they had passion. Right? Passion is one thing which is absolutely within. सिर्फ हंगामा खड़ा करना मेरा मकसद नहीं है. मेरी कोशिश है कि ये सूरत बदलनी चाहिए. और मेरे सीने में ना सही, तेरे सीने में सही. हो कहीं भी आग, लेकिन आग जलनी चाहिए. That fire has to be within. That passion has to be within. और आप कहीं भी रहे उसके लिए. Bombay makes you big? I don't agree. Delhi makes you big? I don't agree. Chennai, Bangalore, or the bigger city makes you big? I don't agree. You can be anywhere in this world, any part of this world. You can be any smaller school's part, or the product of any village. You can do that. So that's why somebody said कि दिल आंखें बंद करके भी वो चेहरा देख सकता है. वो तमाशा ही नहीं है, मगर तमाशा देख सकता है. और हम खिड़कियां दरवाजे बंद कर लें तो भी क्या होगा? जो सूरज है उसे जमाना देख सकता है. That passion has to be there. And Swati want to add something on that.
There was an old villager in a village and he had an old donkey. अब वो जो गधा था वो काफी बूढ़ा हो चुका था तो काम कम कर पाता था. काफी मुश्किल स्थिति थी और उस गांव वाले व्यक्ति को उसे संभालना भी मुश्किल था. एक बार सभी गांव वालों ने मिलकर एक काफी गहरा खड्डा खोदा किसी चीज के लिए और रात को वो गधा उसमें गिर गया. He fell down in that ditch. अब वो गिर गया और अंदर से बहुत जोर जोर से चिल्लाने लगा. गांव वाला और भी ज्यादा परेशान कि अब ये गधा बाकी सबको भी परेशान करेगा. तो उन सब ने मिलकर सोचा कि एक काम करते हैं, हम धीरे धीरे ये मिट्टी इस पर डालना शुरू करते हैं तो ये गधा अंदर ही दब जाएगा, मर जाएगा तो हमारे दोनों ही काम हो जाएंगे. एक तो ये चिल्लाना भी बंद कर देगा और दूसरा वैसे ही काम का नहीं है, अंदर अपने आप इसका काम तमाम हो जाएगा. उन्होंने ऐसा ही करना शुरू किया, लेकिन गधा सिर्फ बूढ़ा था, और गधा था फिर भी उसने सोचा कि ये मेरे ऊपर मिट्टी फेंक क्यों रहे। जैसे जैसे मिट्टी डलती जा रही थी वो उसको झाड़ता जा रहा था, मिट्टी नीचे जा रही थी वो उसको झाड़ता, और धीरे धीरे मिट्टी के साथ वो ऊपर आ गया। और पूरा का पूरा जो खड्डा था, जो गड्ढा उन्होंने किया था, वो भर गया, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ गधे महाशय ऊपर पहुंच गए। I like this story a lot because this shows that if we have hope, if we are optimistic in every situation, it can actually born a lot of good results for us. So for a leader, in every kind of situation, it's very important to have that hope inside. It's very easy for that hope to get converted into horror. It's very easy for us to get anxious about a situation. But if we stay calm and hopeful, most of the times it is possible for us to look at the brighter side, to look at that silver lining in the cloud. And it is possible only when we are by attitude, by our aptitude, a hopeful person. We have to ask ourselves, do we have that sunny disposition that is required to survive in all kind of situations? If we have that, the hope helps us a lot. बेहतर से खूब, खूब से बढ़कर तलाश कर, दरिया अगर मिले तो समंदर तलाश कर. It only depends upon us. If we are hopeful, we can always find out things which others cannot even see. We can find out opportunities where others feel that nothing exists. You must have heard about that salesman who went to a place where no one used to wear shoes. So one of the previous persons who had gone there, he had come back and said that we cannot do business there because nobody wears shoes there. And when he went, he came back and said, oh, there is a huge market because no one wears shoes there. So there's a huge opportunity. We can teach all of them to wear shoes. And so it only depends upon how hopeful or hopeless we are in a specific situation. The last thing that I want to talk about today is something which is his forte, not mine. But this is something that I feel is missing in almost all of us. Why? Because, my dear friends, I personally feel that we all take ourselves too seriously. We feel we are the only people who are the most important on this earth. Or perhaps if we don't do a particular thing in a particular way, on a particular day, at a particular time, perhaps the world will stop. But just try it once and you'll find out that nothing stops for anybody. The problem is, since we are so serious about everything, we make everything around us so serious that we forget the smaller beauties, the smaller happinesses of life which exist, but we are unable to see them. I remember one of our pediatricians, Shailesh, and I used to visit him very often because of our daughter. And this pediatrician always had a very strict face. He had a face which had no expression. So whenever we used to go to him, we used to become more anxious only because looking at him made us feel as if there is a severe problem everywhere. Perhaps all the kids of this world are suffering. That was the feeling we would get. So after a few years, one day he told me, the best thing for us is that we should change our pediatrician. Because if we come here, we suffer more. I said, I don't think so. He said, look at his face the next time you go and you will understand what I'm saying. Next time we went again, I saw him, and believe me, I actually felt how nice if he smiled. And I told him, please don't mind, doc, but what was the last time when you smiled? He looked at me and he said, but why? Now, when you need a reason to smile, that shows what kind of a person are we. ओशो ने कहा था कि आपने शायद किसी गधे को कभी हंसते नहीं देखा होगा, और जिस दिन आप किसी गधे को हंसते हुए देखें तो आप सोच लीजिएगा कि वो आदमी बनता जा रहा है, और जिस दिन आप किसी आदमी को देखें कि उसने हंसना बंद कर दिया है तो समझ लीजिए कि I need not say more. My dear friends, the only thing I want to communicate is that it's important to have that feeling, that sense of humor alive in us. मुझे नहीं लगता कि हंसने पर कोई टैक्स लगता है, लेकिन हम सब इतना नाप तोल के हंसते हैं, हम इतना मुश्किल से स्माइल करते हैं क्योंकि शायद हमें ऐसा लगता है कि इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. हम बहुत सारे काम वैसे भी बिना वजह करते हैं, तो कोशिश करके देखिए ना, अगर हम थोड़ा ज्यादा हंसने लगें तो हमारी काफी सारी चीजें बेटर हो जाएंगी. बहुत सारे योगा एक्सपर्ट्स ऐसा कहते हैं कि सुबह योगा करते हुए मुस्कुराते रहिए. योगा करें ना करें पर मुस्कुराना तो सीख ही जाएंगे. एंड इफ यू आर एबल टू डू दैट, एटलीस्ट we feel happy for some time in the morning, if nothing else. So having a wonderful sense of humor is important, but the most important thing is that we learn it gradually. We start with laughing at people, then we move towards laughing with people, and then we move towards laughing at oneself. जिस दिन हमें खुद पर हंसना आ जाता है, उस दिन जिंदगी काफी आसान हो जाती है. और जिस दिन हम खुद पर हंसना सीख लेते हैं, मेरे ख्याल से अपने आप we get that confidence which is required, we get that conviction which is required, and if we don't have the confidence or the conviction, we know that we will survive. Only because we know that nothing is as serious as we portray it to be. We are all slaves of our habits, and that is why we make everything sound as if अगर हमारे रूटीन में कुछ बदल गया तो पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा. चेंज करके तो देखिए, कुछ भी नहीं होगा. We are in habit of getting a pay package, we are in habit of getting the same amount of money or growth every year. So we are tuned to have it every year. If it goes awry, we feel there is something wrong. I and Shailesh, we generally talk that we were the happiest when we used to ride our scooter. We were the happiest when we used to make a budget for ourselves. And now when we don't need to make a budget, now when we think that it doesn't matter anymore, we feel that we don't feel that happy the way we used to feel at that time. And I am sure many of you would agree that we were happier when we had nothing to lose. And now we feel that we have a lot to lose only because we are a slave of our habits. We feel that way. If we start taking ourselves a little less seriously, things will fall in place automatically. So having that moment which takes us from ha-ha to aha is what we need to have. I don't say that we should be laughing at others. I don't say that cracking jokes or laughing with others is only enough. What is important is we learn to laugh at ourselves. We learn to take ourselves less seriously. And I believe Shailesh can add something on sense of humor much better than what I can do, because मैं अगर कभी गलती से कोई joke crack भी करूँ तो लोगों को लगता है कि शायद सत्यनारायण की कथा चल रही है. So I don't even attempt that. So I think it will be better if he throws some light on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swati. The last 7-8 minutes, and we are talking about hope and sense of humor. Hope. I'll just give one example. I mean, everybody knows. आजकल तो आप we all are management gurus, because we get lots of messages on WhatsApp and we forward it and we think we are management gurus. We teach a lot of people in the morning. Yes, do this, do that. Don't do this, don't do that, right? And sometimes we don't even open it what he has sent and we forward it. So we all are management gurus. So we know what hope is and what trust is and what passion is, right? You might be thinking, क्या बोल रहे हैं? सब पता है हमको, like, why are they speaking? We all know that. We are leaders, we are investment bankers. We know everything we know. What do we follow? That's the question. Do we follow? That's the question. We teach people. हम लोग अपने हिंदुस्तान में एक बहुत छोटी सी चीज है, हम लोग अपने बच्चों को खुद झूठ बोलना सिखाते हैं बचपन में. कहते झूठ कभी नहीं बोलना चाहिए. You don't lie. झूठ बोला, you would not be like, if you want to be a better human being, don't lie. घंटी बजती है, बच्चा जाता है, कौन है? वो पापा पड़ोस वाले शर्मा अंकल है. बोल दे पापा नहीं है. We teach him. We don't follow ourselves. We don't. Discrimination हम बचपन में बच्चे को सिखा देते हैं. Violence हम खुद सिखाते हैं. आपने देखा होगा कोई बच्चा जमीन पे गिरता है, हम क्या करते हैं? चलो मैं मारता हूं, वापस मारता हूं, जमीन को वापस मारता हूं. We teach violence. Discrimination. कैरम खेलते हैं, काली गोटी 10 की, सफेद 20 की. Fear is better. We teach him. We do not follow what we learn. So, what Swati said, what I'm saying, everybody knows it. Nothing new. But do we follow? Hope. Everybody says we have to be hopeful. Do we follow it? No. I'll give you just one example how hope works. Sri Ram, Bhagwan Sri Ram, when attacked on Lanka, you know that Nal or Neel, there were two team members and the soldiers, Vanars of Bhagwan Sri Ram's team, and they had उन लोगों को एक वरदान था कि वो एक पत्थर उठाते, उस पर राम लिखते, वो पत्थर पानी में छोड़ते तो पत्थर तैरता था. I'm sure you know that, right? Do you know it, Mr. Narayan? You know it, right? केसु, you know it. पत्थर तैरता था और पुल ऐसे बनने लगा. How hope works. अब खबर लंका तक पहुंची तो जनता में हाहाकार मच गया. बोले जिस राजा ने हम पे हमला किया है वो तो मायावी है, उसके नाम के पत्थर तैरते हैं, हम मर जाएंगे. So everybody went to the darbar and told Ravan that somebody has attacked and he is such a man कि उनके नाम का पत्थर तैरता है. What will we do? हम लोग तो मर जाएंगे. They lost hope, hopeless. Ravan said, no problems. Come with me. Ravan took everybody, seashore, समुद्र के किनारे पे ले गए. रावण एक पत्थर उठाते. This is the story of Mr. Vinod Bhatt. I read a couple of years back, and the best example. रावण वो पत्थर उठाते हैं, उस पर रावण लिखते हैं, वो पत्थर पानी में छोड़ते हैं, वो पत्थर भी तैर उठता है. Now public is very happy. Hope is back. Very hopeful. हमारा राजा कमाल कर दिया, इसका नाम कोई पत्थर तैरता है. Everybody is so happy. Comes back, goes home. सब चले जाते हैं. रावण comes back to home. रात को शयन कक्ष में मंदोदरी, उनकी वाइफ, उनसे मिलती है. She asks a question. मंदोदरी tells, मुझे बहुत अच्छी तरह पता है मेरे प्राणनाथ है, मेरे ईश्वर, कि आपको पानी पे पत्थर तैराने की कला नहीं आती. आखिर किया तो किया कैसे? The best example of hope which I read. Ravan said, you said very rightly मंदोदरी, मुझे नहीं पता कि पानी पे पत्थर कैसे तैराए जाते हैं. मैंने तो पत्थर उठाया, उस पर रावण लिखा, उसे पानी में छोड़ा और कहा, तुझे श्री राम की सौगंध अगर डूब गया तो. If you have hope, everything works for you. Everything, including even a stone. Everything works for us. But we have to have that. We have to follow it. Very simple. We know everything. We don't follow it. Sense of humor. Swati wrote in her book, Get Set Go Once, if you don't have sense of humor, you don't have a sense at all. And I'm afraid to say it, most of us, we do not have. Mr. Narayan, एक बार छोटी सी चीज, आप प्लीज खड़े होइए ना एक बार, और मुझे गुस्से में कहिए एक बार, Mr. Lodha, get out of this hall. Shout, please. Yeah, some little more. Don't say please. Get out of this hall. Little more. Little more. Yeah, get out of this hall. Say. Now smile and say same thing with the same passion. Could you do that? With a smile? You could not. That sense of humor. Right? The anger vanishes in a smile. You could not do it with anger. I'll just give you a very simple thing. आप सारे लोग पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं. मैं एक बहुत बेवकूफी भरा काम करने जा रहा हूं, लेकिन मैं चाहूंगा कि आप करें. Just 30 seconds. कुछ मत कीजिए. 30 seconds. Please start laughing at the top of your voice. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Come on. 30 seconds. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sir. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on. 10 seconds. Come on. Come on. Just remember Tabitha. Come on. Right. But now, right now, come on. See, I'm sure you found it difficult. You found it difficult. Yeah? You're wearing suits, that's why you can't laugh. We are wearing attitude. That's why we can't laugh. We are not wearing suits, we are wearing attitude. Difficult इसलिए है, याद कीजिए आखिरी बार लगातार 30 सेकंड तक आप कब हंसे थे? शादी के पहले? हो सकता है उस वक्त तो ज्यादा हंसे हो. You didn't laugh for 30 seconds. रोज तारक मेहता जब देखते हैं तब रोज हंसते हैं. Very good. One lady, Mrs. Narayanan, she laughs. But anyways, what I'm trying to tell you is we do not. We just do not. The reason is that humor is one thing which you can't buy. It's not available on the shop. And sense of humor is the thing. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. So we are on the finishing note of this session. The sense of humor, which I talked about, it's one thing. Which, if we, as you very rightly said, we are wearing suits. If we just stop wearing attitude, we would laugh. And as Swati rightly said, don't laugh at people, laugh with people. We are very good at laughing at people, but we don't laugh with people. Let's start laughing with people. Let's start searching for some laughters. Let's start searching for the smile. And then definitely world is completely changed for us. A new rainbow, a new horizon, a new sky would be there, which is waiting for us. I tell you, everybody knows what to do in the life. The important is what not to do in the life. And I hope what not to do is, as she said, we don't have to carry our attitude with ourselves when we work. You don't have to lose hope. You have to have a passion. You have to have trust within. And last but not the least, the most important thing, the sense of humor, which we need to have. Right? Swati has got a tremendous sense of humor. When we went to Goa, and we were just there, she went in a church, and she saw the issue. So she touched the feet. I said, why don't you do it to me? Bole, aap bhi latak jao. Now that was a very instant reaction that time. So sometimes I know what to do when. You know, some funny questions everybody asks and we answer that way. घर हम आप अभी आप जब खाना उठाएंगे प्लेट उठाएंगे somebody would come. खाना खा रहे हैं. उस वक्त क्या इच्छा करती है? बोले नहीं फुटबॉल खेल रहा हूं आज अब. I went to home and I asked her, I said, get me a glass of water. बोले प्यास लगी है. मैंने कहा नहीं गला चेक करना लीक तो नहीं कर रहा है. And that was, had she not had sense of humor, she would have reacted in a different way. But she knows that my habit, how do I do that? Smaller things of the life can get your stress out. And that is nothing but the humor. We don't have to be sarcastic. You don't have to pass comments. You don't have to have taunts. But that humor works. As I said, Narayan sir, you could not get me out with a smile. Smile every day. सुबह सुबह उठ के एक ऐसा आदमी ढूंढिए जो आपको नहीं जानता हो. Smile. He would be happy. He would smile to a person whom he doesn't know. Third, fourth, by the evening, the whole city would be smiling. And we have to make this country, this nation smile, this nation laugh. So as Swati very rightly put, it's nothing but the attitude, hope, passion, trust, and sense of humor which makes us what we want to be in the life. And that would be there. If that is there, we have got a different nation, we have got a different society, we have got a different human world. Last but not the least, because we need to unite people in this country. We need to unite people in this world. That should be the motto of any profession. You may be investment banker, I may be an actor, she may be an author, but that should be the motto. So I'll give you just one example. एक बच्चा जिसमें hope है, एक बच्चा जिसमें passion है, एक बच्चा जिसमें trust है, और एक बच्चा जिसमें attitude, right attitude है. उसका एक छोटा सा उदाहरण कि what should be done in what way. एक दूसरी क्लास में, second class of the school, a teacher comes with a lot of maps of India, और वो इंडिया के सारे मैप फाड़ देते हैं और बच्चों को कहते हैं कि जो सबसे पहले इस मैप को जोड़ देगा मैं उसे इनाम दूंगा. 5 सेकंड में एक बच्चा खड़ा हो गया, बोले सर मैंने मैप जोड़ दिया, इंडिया का मैप तुरंत से जोड़ के दे दिया. बोले बहुत फास्ट किया बेटा, हाउ डिड यू डू दैट? बोला मैंने कुछ नहीं किया सर, मैंने नक्शे को पलट दिया, उस नक्शे के पीछे एक आदमी बना हुआ था, मैं आदमी को जोड़ता चला गया, हिंदुस्तान अपने आप जोड़ता चला गया. And today we need that. We have to unite the nation, we have to unite the country, we have to be ourselves and then see what we are. Thank you so very much from our side. कविता का ये न तो माहौल है नहीं नहीं I'm like I'm so happy that you said about it लेकिन न तो एक कविता का माहौल है आज I have come as a एक और चीज which is very need like good for a leader don't mix your personalities today I have come as a motivational speaker so let me be like that when I'm a poet I'll come as a poet and today I have just charged to be a speaker.
Well, thank you so much. With this, I would like to conclude leadership. Wow, that was really amazing, mind blowing. This proves that under any given circumstances, one can really change the things if it is supported by strong willpower and an optimistic vision to go ahead. Thank you so much, Dr. Swati Lodha and Dr. Shailesh Lodha.
Well, I'm not a doctor I'm just a compounder. Thank you, Mr. Narayan. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. You are being a very good audience. Thank you so very much.